Welcome to our Startup Hacks, and today I'm going to share about the popular topics that keep coming up lately, or questions that a lot of entrepreneurs has been asking about. Is what is the difference between a landing page versus a website? And that's exactly what I'm going to share about. If you already have your business or you are very close to launching your business, this is something you really need to pay attention to because there's a common misconception that you need to know in a website, that people tend to think that, oh, I need to spend thousands of ringgit on creating a website to get started and start bringing clients or selling my product. So as today's topics, we are going to talk about tips for creating a landing page that converts leads. So leads are basically people that interested in your services but just aren't there yet. So you will want to capture them as a lead, get their email address, keep nurturing them. That's what we call lead. But if your whole goal is to get more leads in your business, get more clients, get more sales, then you really need to focus on creating a landing page. However, if your purpose is just to build your brand, give more information about your services, a website is totally fine. So there's a short briefing of the difference of website and landing page. Because nowadays, people are busier than ever, and you only have 5 seconds to convince someone to take action, right? So website has a lot of information. However, on landing page, there's only one sole purpose, that is get that person email address and sell them your product or invite them to your consultation service. So this is just a short summary before we get started. And so what is a landing page? Does anyone here already has the idea about landing page? You can just comment in the chat box. Right. So in digital marketing, a landing page is a standalone web page. What's the user will see first when they are visiting a page? So let me continue. So in digital marketing, a landing page is a standalone web page created specifically for a marketing or advertising campaign. It is where a visitor will land after they click on a link in an email or ads from Google, Facebook, Instagram, or other social media platform. Unlike your website, which typically have many goals and encourage exploration, landing pages are designed with a single focus and only a purpose, known as a call to action to increase your conversion rate. However, an effective landing page doesn't mean it's a successful website. What it does is a clear objective to capture lead or getting user to purchase on your item. That is landing page. Then you must always remember landing page has specific objective and is usually in response when a user click on an ad, email, or search result. That's what we call landing page. And always remind yourself that landing page are designed for conversion, while website and home page is used for exploration. And user explore about your product, your service, or any things that are available on your website. And next, as you can see here, website and landing page are two very, very different things with different goals. But what are the main difference? So here's a comparison table that highlights the key difference between landing pages and websites. Let me know if I'm going too fast, Just put in the chat box. So website is more general, that has everything user needs to know. However, a landing page only shows the specific details about the offer. It is also clear that audience for both is very, very different. So your website audience is people with a general interest in your business type and the product or service you offer. For example, people interested in fashion might go to your website to learn more about the topic or browse your online store. On the other hand, your landing page should try to reach a more targeted audience. So these are the people who already know what they need and are looking for a specific solution. This is why website is designed for exploration. Again, this is what I keep mentioning about. But landing page is designed for conversion, for leads. And next, there's multiple options on the website to serve different purpose. Perhaps to explore more about the product, but there's always only one call to action or option on the landing page to achieve the only goal, which is to drive leads. And for website, you can get traffic from multiple sources, but traffic from landing page only come from an ads. So like I mentioned just now, is from your email, from your Google links or Instagram links. Yeah, landing pages come from there. This is because the user who are landed into these specific pages only reads about the content of a page and take the necessary action. They do not browse around the entire website, which could cause other distraction other than fulfilling the key objective of this page. And another example, someone searching for a printing service will find your landing page in search result or book a consultation because that person already know what they want. They are more likely to convert after visiting your landing page. So in short, the purpose of a website is to explain and present your business, but the landing page is to sell and capture leads for people who already know what they want. And next, what makes a good landing page? So there are a few key elements to it apart from a strong and clear copywriting. It would be great if your landing page is in minimal design, has a strong call to action, have some testimonials to back up on your claims, how good your product is, how good your services are, and also it should have consistent messaging across the top to the bottom and clear copy to know that what sort of action you want the user to take on your landing page. And lastly, be authentic about what you are offering to let your user feel that is trustworthy. Yeah, and because all about you want your user to purchase on your product, right? And another extra point is to have a landing page that optimized in every devices, as a lot of people actually browse from mobile and other templates. So just give a good overall user experience. And I will walk you guys through a step-by-step on how to create a landing page. So here, as you can see, based on this illustration, based on this picture, there are a few key elements that we are going to walk through today. So in a high-level overview, you will notice that the right image here, we have usually start off with a nice hero banner image or video to make it very compelling with a main headline and some unique selling point of your services. What are the key points or what is this page is all about? Followed by one common factor, we also notice that there's always a form to capture lead and also supporting copy to basically convince people about your product and what it does. So there's always a main headlines and followed by a unique selling point. And some people tend to put their partner with those company or testimonials, like people comment about the reviews of their clients or user about how good is the products. Yeah. So there's always a social proof where your testimonials will come in and also benefit of whatever that you are offering. Example, like your unique features, your unique selling point that you want to highlight, you can always put after the main headlines, after your USP, and you can put your social proof under that. And lastly, don't forget about your footer to show credibility. If your company is registered, you should put in your company ID, name, any helpline if any user want to contact that, so that they can email you, they have a contact number and or social media to check, and it's just to give a little bit of authenticity there. Yeah, so and I'll cover 3 steps in terms of building a landing page before we deep dive into what make a good landing page. So first is always have a clear, specific goal for your landing page. So what is the call to action that you want your user to achieve? And your goal should be clear before you begin designing your page. This could be the total number of conversion or the number of people who make it past your landing page, or some other people or some other number based on your own business goal. And as I written here, your call to action should be specifically tied to your goal. What is your main goal about this? And it should be supported by everything else on your landing page, from headline, from the USP, another body copy, and image and overall layout. And as you can see from this fun box example, so they have a very clear and concise call to action, which is financing to grow your business. It's very simple, clear, and straightforward. With and followed by with a call to action box written apply for credit now. So it's very clear cut to know what they are offering if you land on this landing page. So you read the title, financing to grow your business, and the call to action button is apply for credit. And they also have their USB, which is the supporting line in the middle of main headline and call to action. So it's like fast and flexible credit up to 150,000, invest in growth, manage your cash flow, and meet the moment. As you can see, it's very short and sweet. So the source is here, and then you can visit Fundbox to check it out. And it's just another example to showcase to you how simple a landing page can be, especially in the headline. Next. So second step is to keep it clear and concise. Only ask for the riders. So every single sentence and words on your landing page should serve a purpose. Because not like website. Website is just for exploration. People want to read more information, but landing page is different. You want it fast because people might just spend a few seconds after they read the landing page and they decided to buy your services or not. So just make your headline as simple as it is and clear and concise and to support your call to action. If it doesn't do that, you just cut it. If your USB is very long, just cut it. And your landing page should include also a form. Make sure it's only asking for the most wider information. Like you don't have to provide a full length of form that asking people what's your company, but you want to capture their email address, their contact, who are they, like how they find this, and that's it. Maybe 4 questions is enough. And if you are asking them to buy something, just make it as easy as possible. Anything more than that will decrease the chances that they will complete the call to action. Like they got distracted about a few options, so might as well you just put one call to action button, and then it's either they just fill out the form or they just buy your services. Next, so here's another example of a simple form from Fundbox that say learn more. So although this is a 4-form fields, it could be without the company name. If you get in contact from a consumer, you may not necessarily need that. However, first name, last name, also email address will be very, very sufficient already. So it all depends on what's the nature of your business, your industry, and also what's in it for them. And this form only asks for the key information, name, email address, company, and contact. So the lesser the form fills, the better. However, only ask if you really, really need to avoid user feeling a hassle to fill out. Imagine if you land on a landing page and then there's a full 15 questions. Would you want to fill out that? Obviously no, right? Like I just want to know what's your selling point, and then what can I get from there. But however, if you just provide like just a few names, your email address, company name, and phone number, that's it. Yeah, I will do that. Yeah. And here's the other example, but this one is a highlight of a bad case practices. So you want a qualified lead, but at the same time, you also want to balance between asking too many informations versus just asking the vital information like the previous slide. So the box is really lengthy to fill up. You don't really ask for their country. So this form, as you can see, has too many fields. So do they really need a country? Do they really need the password? Do you really want your audience to tell us about yourself? Something like that. So, and sometimes you combine the name in one field rather than make it two. Like first name, last name, username. So might as well just a name is enough for them. Yeah. So do really consider if you really need this. And next, so this is our third steps, is being aware of your design consideration when talking to a designer or UI UX person. So having too much visual or animation on your landing page can actually distract the user from performing what the page need to be done. This is why when it comes to landing page, less is definitely more. So a good design supports the call to action, while a bad design distracts from it. So this is why when it comes to a landing page, the simpler your page is and the design, the more likely you convert. Because I mentioned just now, like why people like to only see minimal design, like because they don't want too many information. They just want to decide because they or user or visitor, they already know what you provided, so they just want to make decisions. So I think design somehow will help the user to make decision on your services. And as I say, just keep your design minimal with clear call to action buttons, headlines, and also if there's need a FAQ, just make it short and sweet so that they could answer the question that perhaps are not answered in a landing page. However, if they are not interested, then they do not have to read these copies. And here we come with the first design consideration. So this will be match the look and feel of an ad or email. So if you are running an ad or email, most likely you are directing your user to this particular landing page. So make sure that the hero banner, the main banner, or your images, video, or your font design elements look similar, or at least mimics the look and feel from your ads. If not, example, you are creating an ads with purple color with human picture, but when I land to your products, it's a total different color with blue and selling medical products. So people might get confused. Why from the ads I saw people, I thought that and purple, very vibrant color, I thought they are selling fashion, but when I land in your landing page, they are selling medical products, something like that. So you don't want to confuse your audience or visitors. So might as well you just like mimics the look and feel. If you use purple on your ads, your landing page would be purple color. If you use people, then your landing page should use people as your hero banner, hero image as well. So when a user land on this page, it doesn't feel like they have second thoughts or why their expectation did not match on landing a different page if the design look totally different. Just be sure the landing page echoes the look and feel of this ads or email. Yeah. And next, second design consideration is having a clear and concise headline. And this headline will be the first thing the visitor to read. As I also mentioned, people just have few seconds to land on this. Maybe if you want to catch the attention with only 5 seconds after the read. So you don't want your headline to be like super long essay. You just want a few catchy one and compelling enough for them to continue reading and continue to scroll over your landing page. And so you really, really need to put a nice, catchy, specific headline rather than having something else that will bore the visitor. Because all of the headline, you just want to grab the attention of the user easier before they continue scrolling to the site. So you shouldn't take them to read the description or even your USP before you click on it. Yeah. And third design consideration is the grammar issue. So a lot of times we may have missed this or doing a rush job. So always proofread the copy. You do not want to have any grammatically errors as you want to appear credible, right? So having a bad grammar or bad copy may turn people off and may feel like, this is a scam, this is not legit. So you want to totally avoid that. So double check your grammar before you do it. And fourth The fourth design consideration is taking advantages of trust indicators. So it's, in this example, you actually have a testimonial or something. You probably have seen reviews like how many stars for this particular product. So those are all social proof that you can always mention, or even any press that have mentioned you, or even brands or clients that working or partnering with you, or any testimonials reviews you can put at this this section. So always after the headline, after your USB, after your call to action, there's a testimonial to show that your credibility, your authenticity of your services of your brand. So it would be great if you could put the person face or name on that. So some website, when you land on it, you will see some other partnering logo or some customer reviews, the testimonials, or some press. Like you win this awards or something, you can always put there just to sell you and make yourself, make your brand more credible. Yeah. And next, here's the good example showing two social proofs. So these are some organization of their clients, which they included a nice logo of it. They also included face, who is the person informed, is from, and the company, and also what is their testimony together with the name and also title. I would say this is a really, really great way to showcase testimonies, as it is transparent to the user and giving user an extra credibility on what claims you are making. And other advantages of trust indicators could be a media mention. So if you do PR, you could mention the media that feature you. A simple logo of the media and linking it directly to your article is good enough for user who is curious to explore more. So some people, they just like put the link and it will direct your user to the article instead of you put the whole article there. Yeah. Always remember, people maybe just have few seconds on your landing page, so you don't want to distract them with other information. You just want people to buy your service or leave, or just fill up the email address. Always remember that. And it could also be showcasing your client with logo like this example, reviews of what people are saying. So alternatively, you can also put review from Google or Facebook if possible. So another way of doing it, do always ask your user about the review after they get your products or services, and keep their reviews filed properly, so that when you need it to build a landing page like this, you know where to pull out the review and you know they are authentic from your organic user. And next, the fifth design consideration is to use a strong call to action. So we all know that sign up, we all know that learn more, register now is a strong call to action, but eventually we could also use a softer way to persuade people to give you their information, right? Yeah. Later, I will go through you. So other than using sign up, other than using learn more, what else could you use for your call to action button? As you can see, some of the call to action could involve having a word. So for this example, a word like apply and followed by an adverb like now. So what you are doing is instilling that you should apply now, apply today, or even include a subject like drive. So it would be apply to drive, which ultimately gives user to know what is in it for them to take action. And also it's very clear cut where you are asking someone to register with leave, for example. They also have a secondary call to action, which how driver pay works as their most important thing for driver is getting compensated. So they even have include this as a secondary call to action in much softer way, I would say, like with an text and an arrow. And we all know that it's clickable instead of create another main call to action button. So it's basically direct your user to learn more. If they do not want to apply now first, they can always check like how much leave pay for their driver. So they will remember you. And next time, if they want to become your driver, they will go back to your website or your landing page and they will join it. So this is how the secondary call to action buttons work. And if you like, you would not want to lose them, right? So you can always show them another way, like show them like how the driver pay works first, instead of you want them like just apply to drive. So yeah, this is another way of doing your landing page. And you can see here are the example of different purposes. For example, you probably have seen other way of using call to action for e-commerce. So example now, you always say like you will always see from e-commerce website or landing page, right? Like buy now, shop now, order now, pick now, add to cart. For such conversion, like just get started, subscribe, sign up. For non-profit conversion, like donate now, be our volunteer, adopt, support now, something like this call to action. Like I believe that you guys already seen it before. And newsletter or community wise, you always say like join now, sign up now, and freebie giveaways one is like download, grab now, claim it, take advantage of. Like the more that like the general call to action is like learn more, see how, start, find out, check it out, click here, continue, sign up. So you can refer here, and other than using just learn more, find out more, you can use something else like what I mentioned just now for e-commerce. Just you can be more specific what action you want your user to. You want them to buy now, then you put buy now. You want them to add to cart, you put add to cart, instead of like check it out now, like check it out, click here, continue sign up, those things. Yeah, this is quite a good reference for the call to action call to action example. So far, any questions before we move to our next design consideration? If you have a question, you can just drop inside the chat box. I'll have a look later. Right? So I'll continue. The sixth design of the design consideration is the call to action button. Like a conversion button design should stand out in other, like more bright in other color, and then be placed right below the call to action. And then the button should be big, bright, and above where a user would have to scroll to it. So in overall, your button should stand out and doesn't blend in with your white background. And this is how we differentiate primary and secondary call to action button. Next, the seventh design consideration is always to go easy on the links. So sometimes we may have a lot of things we want to talk about on a landing page, and we want to direct user to understand what our product and services. But the key here is really simplicity. You must always remember you only have one purpose on this landing page. You want to grab your user or visitors contact, email address, or you want them to purchase your services or buy your product. So go easy on the links, but not more than 3 different call to action links. As anything more, then that will be tough for user to know which one to click. So you want the primary call to action button to be consistent across the whole landing page with some secondary info, like the example of Leaf just now, by telling the incentive of driving with them. Yeah, it could work that way as well. Instead of every scroll that has every button on it. Yeah. And the next design consideration is use of minimal images. So sometimes images are nice, but do not want to go overboard. So keep it to 1 or 2 images at most to avoid the clutter of the page. And some people, they don't want to put image, they could put their video. A short video will do, and loop it. So you can use icons or variation of text or different font size to basically highlight the key elements of different sections. Here's example like your testimonial section or more info section. And next, keep it above the font. So we will always recommend that the key element for the headline, your USP, and your call to action should always be above the fold if possible. So of course, you may include your partner logos or testimonials, but keep things simple and really put the most important element on top, so that when user land on the landing page, they know that this is all they are seeing before they scroll down. High chances that your user will more likely to read through before they leave the site. It's all based on your first impression, a nice and big and capture a nice catchy headline supported by your USP and call to action. And I think this is the final design consideration, is always be testing. So don't miss out on testing, whether it is A/B testing or understanding how your user react or even behave on a landing page. So it's important to test different versions of landing page if possible. So you may use different software or even have two sets of landing page, build and run two sets of ads, or maybe just to really test out how the ads is performing or how the landing page is doing. It could test the small changes, like even from apply now, and another one you test for apply as a driver. So you could see like which one people tend to prefer, they will click on it. And sometimes you do see the conversion rate increase oftentimes, but you really need to test things out in order to know whether or not does it really work. So there are other software like Heatmap and session recording tool that you could use to track your user behaviors to improve the UI UX on your page. Yeah, I think Google Analytics is more than enough. Like if you're just starting your business and you want to check the how your user behave on your landing page, yeah, you could use that Google Analytics. And here's the link I have dropped here, where you can have a set of tools to basically help you to build a landing page, even to track the analytics. So first design tool is Figma. The best thing about this Figma tool is free, and there are tons of free resources for you to explore. So basically, it's a tool that let designers to build their prototypes, mockups, test them for usability, and sync up all of the progress. And Figma allows for a collaborative environment where multiple people can work on a project at the same time. So it's much like a Google Docs or Slide, and letting you see who has it open for real-time collaboration. Is also browser-based, so making it accessible to everyone in an instant. From here, you don't have to like build anything from scratch, but can start all from the existing template. However, if you have an in-house developer, or you are a developer, you could create a multiple landing page. If not, you could just using a CMS, which is quite easy to set up different landing page as well, like WordPress. And you also can create a landing page from Wix, just drag and drop, or even using these tools like LaunchRock or Unbounce or ClickFunnels. These are just different tools that you can use, but most of them are paid. So use it only if you really couldn't set it up or you're on your existing landing page. If you want something free and is templatized, you can try Figma, the first one. So if you do not have landing page but you want to launch, I think LaunchRock is something that you could use to put out your products to user or beta testing before an official launch. And you could also do A/B testing with Unbounce, but on a subscription basis. So for next one, Funnel. Funnel is a tool that leading from a user from an app to a special landing page and upselling them in other pages as they proceed further into the funnel. And for tracking and analytic tools, basically is Hotjar. A/B testing to be able to change the different tags on a landing page without changing any code. You just need to embed the tracking code inside, and you will get a screen recording on how different users visit your site and look through or navigate which section they pause longer to read. And do install Google Analytics, like I mentioned before. No matter you are just starting your business or you already have your business, yeah, you can install Google Analytics on your landing page. You will always want those data when you need it, like which country or which user or how long they spend on your page. Is it free? And yeah, it is free to set up and easy to set up. And another one is you can use UTM tracking if you are coming from an ad perspective. If you're running multiple campaigns, you do want to know that which campaign perform the best. By having UTM, you will see where's the traffic coming from. Is it from specific campaign, specific landing page, or a referral link? So with that, I hope you have better understanding on how to build a landing page.